Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. We're outside Stamford Bridge after a 1-0 win against Everton in the Premier League. Today, unusually, I was in the Westview. So not a lot of atmosphere, if I'm totally honest with you, in the Westview. But I had a good view of the game, and it was a pleasant enough experience. Look, we were in control the first half. I thought we scored. Jackson obviously got that goal. Fair play to him. Apart from that goal, though, if I'm being totally honest with you, I wasn't particularly impressed with Nicholas Jackson's performance. But he did get the goal, and it was a clinical goal. He didn't take a million touches. He didn't feel the need to do X amount of step, but just shoot and see what happens. And that's what he did. So you've got to give Nicholas Jackson praise and credit for the goal. Ultimately, you're a striker. That is your job. That is what everybody expects from the strikers. That's what we're talking about. Your Osmans and your Delaps or whoever it is, your Seskos that we're being linked with, because we're not getting enough from just Jackson on his own. Obviously, Mark Gu's not been available for a little while as well. We need more goals from the top of the pitch. We need more goals. And we got that today from Jackson. So absolutely deserves credit for that. And in my opinion, he still needs help. He still needs help. He can't do it all on his own. There's times where I think, can we put Palmer a little bit closer to him? I thought Palmer was deep on the pitch. Looks great. Like, whenever he gets the ball, you can just see that he uses class. But for me, I want to see him have the freedom to go up and create a little bit more. Why does it always have to be Palmer that's building up the play from deep? Why can't he be further up the pitch? Why can't he be in a position where he can take on more shots and get more involved in that final third? That's just like a personal preference, to be honest with you. That's my opinion on it. Like, I'm not sitting here saying he had a bad game. He didn't have a bad game. I just think you can get more out of Palmer playing him a little bit further up the pitch. Whether that be further on the right, whatever it is. Like, I just felt like he was a little bit too deep today. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that in the comments. Looking at the starting 11, obviously Sanchez, everybody expected that. We had Chalobah and Colwell in there as well. And Chalobah was a key part of that goal that we scored. He was the one who won the ball back, and then Fernandez obviously getting the assist at the end of it. I mean, people are going, oh, he got an assist. It was a pretty simple pass, but he did the pass, and he got the assist. So again, it all counts, doesn't it, GA? It's all important. And I think defensively we've done well. Colwell, a couple of fouls here and there, but when it comes to Chalobah as well, they got a clean sheet, and you have to give him credit for that. I did expect to see Reece James start, but he didn't. We ended up seeing Caicedo inverting into the midfield, a role that he's really comfortable with. And I thought he dealt with Ndiaye from Everton, their best player by far. I thought he dealt with him very well. He had him in his pocket the whole time. Throughout that game, he had him in his pocket. And wherever you play Caicedo, you get a player that performs. You know, it reminds me of any player that we've had in the past. Like, you talk about top caliber Chelsea players. Caicedo is in that bracket. He's becoming a player that we just walk out of the stadium, everyone goes, oh, he was great again. Like it's nothing. Because that is what we're used to. That is the standard that this player has set. And that's the standard that we should be striving towards in every single position. It's no surprise as well when you look at the performers in this team, the consistent ones, your Cucureas, your Caicedos, your Enzo Fernandez. What a surprise that they were ready-made players when we brought them in, that they were experienced and that they'd proven themselves to be experienced and capable. It's no surprise whatsoever. So you've got to be a little bit more patient with some of the younger players. Obviously, that's the approach that we've taken. Good to see you, buddy. I saw Madueke on the left hand as well. I can't remember the last time I saw him play on the left. I thought he did a great job, to be honest with you. I thought he did a really good job. And the thing that Madueke does that I want to see more from players like Pedro Neto, when he's on the left, is cut inside and shoot on your right. It's not all about whipping in crosses. Obviously, we want to see players being direct and driving, but have a crack. Have a crack. I mean, is it that hard? Obviously, because we don't see it enough. But we saw it today. And I think Madueke, actually, there's a good chance that he could have got on the score sheet today, getting a goal. Didn't quite get it. A few great saves from Pickford. I think Madueke had two really, really good chances. And half of that is just having the cojones to drive at a player and have a crack. Like, you win some, you lose some. I'm not even saying that You know, you have to do it all the time. But as a match-going fan, like you can all appreciate this, everyone that was in that stadium, if you see players willing to have a go, it just lifts the mood, it lifts your spirits. I was in the Westfield today, I was talking to a few boys. I said, how much did you pay for your tickets today? They said £240 each. Oh, bloody hell. Why are you in the concourse after 35 minutes then? Because they're bored. They're bored. So even though we won, like, I'm not going to sit here and say it was an amazing performance. It wasn't. It was a controlled performance. We controlled the first half. In the second half, I think Everton actually changed things up. They took off Beto, they took off Ndai, they brought on Ashley Young, McNeil, players like that. And they caused us a lot more issues in that second half. I wouldn't have been surprised whatsoever if they scored. I think Sanchez made a couple of great saves as well. Decent performance from his side, although a little bit shaky at times. Like, you're never really 100% certain what you're going to get with our goalkeeper. Just like with the team in general, you don't know. Hey, if we're shit, what the fuck are you, Everton fans? What the fuck are you? We've got a long trip back to Liverpool, boys. All the Everton fans walking past me. But listen, it's not all bad. You're not getting relegated, so there you go. You can have a good end to the season in that sense. Yeah. What else have I missed? Yeah, defensively solid. Cucurella battling hard. Caicedo winning his duels. Midfield. Oh, how good was it to see Lavia again? Fantastic. I've missed Romeo Lavia in that midfield. I didn't expect him to start just because we're so cautious when it comes to bringing players back from injury. But he did start, and he's a game changer for us, isn't he? We play a different type of football, and that's why we were in control when he was on the pitch. As soon as Lavia comes on, you replace him with Reece James, who ended up inverting, sort of taking over Caicedo's role. It just looked a little bit different, didn't it? And you saw Everton getting into spaces, being able to whip balls in. We saw a couple of mistakes. Beto had a shot. Lots of pressure towards the end of that game. There's no way you can comfortably say that Chelsea deserved to win that game, but we did. We did, and that is the most important thing. Just like Fulham. But this is a better result, in my opinion, than Fulham because we were in control of our own destiny. We got the first goal, and then it was what were we going to do to hold on to that goal, and were we going to strive for more? I think the answer is actually we probably could have gone forward a little bit more, but we went forward enough for me to sit here and go, it was all right. It was all right. Obviously, Caballero is on the sidelines. I didn't figure it out, to be honest with you, until 20 minutes gone by. I thought, well, it looks the same, doesn't it? But so that's good for him, I guess. Oresco is in the stands. I'm pulling for this team to get Champions League football. I know people seem to think that I don't want us to win just because I dislike the way we're managed. I'm a Chelsea fan. I want us to win. I want us to win games, even if it's playing this boring football that we have seen consistently over 2025. I still want us to win. And if Maresca is able to claw us into the Champions League and win the Conference League, then I hold my hands up and I say this manager deserves another season. Do I think we'll get there? I'm still doubtful. I still don't think we'll do it, to be honest with you. Fulham was a game I thought we'd lose. We won. I thought we'd win today against Everton. They're without James Tarkowski, their best defender. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's out injured as well. Everton have a terrible record at Stamford Bridge, a really shocking record, just like we have a shocking record at Goodison Park. But we now have to look into the next few games and see where the points are going to come from. This was a must-win for us. Ipswich was also a must-win, by the way. Brentford was also a must-win. So let's not sit here and act like the team know how to perform under pressure. We've capitulated many, many times. But there is still hope. There is still a conversation that Chelsea could make European football. We could be in the Champions League in that top 5. And that, for me, is a positive. The fact that we're able to have that conversation shows that this is a team that's fighting. I might not like the way they play, and I might not like the style and the management and the mentality as a generalisation. I don't think we've got a group of winners. We're not run by a manager who's a winner. Our directors certainly aren't winners. Our owners have won fuck all. So there's not really much for me to root in that direction that the mentality is going to pull through. But one thing you can say as a team, they are given 100%. And I've always believed that the team they are fighting for the manager, and they do want to achieve these things. They're just not really capable, whether that's poor tactics, whatever it is that's been letting us down. Obviously, players have underperformed as well. We need to see results. We've got Liverpool at home. They would have won the league by that point. Hopefully, they're so happy that they've already won that maybe they slip off the pace. We've got United at home. They've been terrible. Hoping for 3 points there. Newcastle away, I don't see it. I'm seeing a loss, not going to lie to you. And then you've got Nottingham Forest away from home. We won that game last season, but I think Nottingham are a lot better than they were last year. And based on our away form this season, I would say we're probably a little bit worse. Although I don't know that for a fact statistically. So let me know what you think in the chat, guys. Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I've been saying? Do you think that we can get Champions League football? Do you trust Enzo Maresca? What do you think about Lavia being back in the starting 11? I think that's fantastic. Even if it's only 45 minutes a game, score the first goal when you've got Lavia on the pitch. Hey, you're in control, and that's what we want. We want to be in control of our own destiny, not looking at Man City beating Aston Villa and thinking, fuck me, we're not getting Champions League football. I want to look at what Chelsea are doing and knowing that everyone is looking at us, not the opposite way around. So, yeah, big up to everyone. Massive win, and the road to Champions League is getting shorter, but we are still in the conversation.